everyone, welcome back. It's been a long time no see, just us two, just on the camera, no podcasts or anything. Yeah, things have been a bit crazy, but I'm excited to be back, and today I'm talking about taking advice with a pinch of salt. This is something I've learned over the past few years as someone who is like a self-confessed self-help addict. I can definitely relate to finding someone and listening to their advice and taking their advice and almost seeing them as like a guru. And I think the point that I want to get across today, and something that I share with clients, is you don't need a guru. You are your own guru. Like be your own expert, because no one knows you and no one knows your life and your circumstances and what works for you more than you. And if you feel like you don't know that yet, then you can discover that about yourself along the way. But don't feel like you have to do it a certain way, or you have to be a certain type of person to be successful just because someone on the internet is doing something. So many areas that people struggle with this. For me, a big one was food. I felt like I had to eat a certain way in order to be healthy, or in order to be good enough, really. And I felt like I wasn't good enough if I wanted to eat differently. And that was because I was following certain people who were telling me and telling their audience that they had to eat this way in order to be healthy. And it's just not true. And that is why you will never, ever, ever hear me saying, you have to do this, or you should be doing this, or if you want to be successful, you have to be a morning person, or you have to have a morning routine, or if you want to be happy in life, you have to start a business. I am never going to say you have to or you should, because who am I to say that about an individual, and who am I to say that to a group of individuals? So I would just be wary of people on the internet who have a very strong opinion about something and think that everyone else should be doing that thing as well. And even stepping back and looking at advice that is valid and advice that has worked for someone and does work for many different people, I think we can feel really guilty if something isn't working for us and it seems to have worked for everyone else. But just because that idea is valid, or that certain way of trying something is valid and can work, that doesn't mean it's right for you, and that doesn't mean that it is going to work for you and your lifestyle or your personality or whatever area it relates to. So this might sound really counterintuitive to what I talk about. I obviously share tips and how-tos and other things like that, but this is all advice and should be taken with a pinch of salt and should be processed by you as an individual and almost held up against your life and you and what works for you, and cross-referenced, and just take the bits that work and leave the rest. And don't feel like you have to have a morning routine, or you have to market your business a certain way, or you have to whatever. You don't have to do anything. And on the subject of morning routines, I've mentioned them a few times in this video. I am thinking about doing an updated video and blog post about morning routines, because as you must know, I've had a lot of, really great feedback on my morning routine videos. I really did the miracle morning routine hard for a good few years, and I still to this day get so much feedback on it, like, do I have to be doing this, or I just can't seem to get up early that time of morning, or I tend to be a night owl but I really want to become a morning person, and all this. And I have done lots and lots of videos sharing advice if that's your choice and that's what you want to do. But I also say to people, like, if you're a night owl, if you tend to not sleep very well, so it is harder for you to get up early, like, you don't have to get up early, you don't have to have a morning routine. and I almost want to make like reasons why you shouldn't have a morning routine video, because they're not for everyone, and it's getting up early in the morning is not for everyone. And my morning routine has changed so much, and it's very, very fluid and changes and depends on the seasons and how I'm feeling and how well I've slept. You know, there are days where I wake up and I don't want to do my morning routine. So that is a bit of a tangent, but let me know if you do want to hear about that and you do want an update on that. Let me know what you want to see, let me know what topics you want to cover, let me know what you're struggling with, and I am always happy to chat about it and get the discussion going. And if you're just checking in and you've not been on my channel in a while, I would love to introduce you to my new podcast, Put Yourself First. It's just about 3 months old now, and I post every Monday and Friday. You can subscribe on iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher and TuneIn. All the links for that will be below, and it's just a more in-depth version of the content I post on this channel. So self-care, motivation, goal setting. I interview incredible, inspiring women in the hopes that their story will inspire and empower you to put yourself first. So it's a great chance for me to carry on the conversation that we have in these short 10-minute videos in a more intimate, more in-depth way. And I do like to ramble on, so I find it very difficult to keep it down to 10 minutes. But I'm going to leave it there for today. Leave your comments below, I can't wait to read them. You can always email me privately as well. My email is in the description bar. You can tweet me, DM me on Instagram, just reach out. I can't wait to hear from you, and I will hopefully see you again soon with another video. Bye!